update for this game, and as you can see, they actually made this October theme. It's actually really cool. We got a giant pumpkin here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some World of Warships, and I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown of the new patch that just came out today. So far, it looks like we got some ships for the Soviets, and we got some for the Germans, obviously. So let's start with the Russian tiers. Didn't mean that. Let's go back to this. All right, so for the quick rundown, I'm just gonna give you some of my observations, some of my key pieces that I've seen so far with the Russians and the Germans compared to the other Japanese and American ships. So for this one, which is the first cruiser for the Russian tiers, has a main battery of 130 millimeters, which is the most, which is like the biggest battery for cruisers for tier 1, which is pretty interesting. We'll see how that plays out when we actually start to play these games. Overall, I think this ship is it's gonna be a fun ship to play with. I'm really excited about that. And so let's go to the destroyers, and I'll give you some of the key features that I found with the destroyers. So I'm only gonna give you a few, so we can make this video as short and to the point as possible. So it looks like your batteries are quite small. Its rate of fires are decent. They're not the fastest. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they're the fastest firing rate. Like if I go to my wiki here, yeah, 8.6. So actually, we'll go back, come here. It actually looks like this is actually really fast, but I think as you go down into the tiers, they slow down a bit. Could be wrong. Actually, no. See, now I haven't gone through all of these, so I've read somewhere that someone said that, so looks like they're wrong and I'm wrong too, but that's okay. 12 rounds a minute. It's actually really fast. A lot of lead flying through the air, especially for a destroyer. So it's very fast, nimble, shoots a lot of lead through the skies. So let's go back to the first one, and we'll take a look at the torpedoes. Its range is quite terrible. That's compared to the Americans. They have the 5.5 kilometers, which is still not good, but this is 3.3 kilometers. Its torpedo speed is 45 knots. Rate of fire is 1.8 rounds per minute, which is pretty decent compared to the other destroyers. So that's a plus for these ships. But as the tiers do continue, they do get faster, and the distance does get bigger, but I don't think they get bigger than 4 kilometers if I'm correct here. Yeah, 4 kilometers. Let's see if we go down to the bottom. Let's see the fastest that these torpedoes can go. 10 kilometers is the fastest torpedoes for these guys. Well, unless you get the upgrade, which I assume. Actually, no, it actually decreases some of its kilometers. So, alright, so it looks like 10 kilometers is the range for the top range for these torpedoes, which isn't bad. 10 kilometers is not too bad at all. But yeah, and they also have quintuplet racks here, which is actually pretty interesting, unique to the Russian ships. So that's pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. So far, these ships look really good. I'm really excited about these ships. So let's move on to the German line, which is the cruisers instead of destroyers, which is really cool because I like cruisers more than anything. So here's the first cruiser, the Hermann. Hermann. So we have 128 millimeters, which is obviously not the largest millimeters, as I said. That belongs to the Orlan. Rate of fire is 12 rounds per minute, which is pretty again fast, like the Orlan. So yeah, these ships look really cool, and I really like the Hermann cruiser because I feel like pan back almost like minus the you know, the turrets. It kind of looks like like a medic ship. He's got the picture like a medic symbol here, and I don't know. I just find this ship really cool. Moving on. So, as far as the German cruiser line, I think they have a lot of speed to them, which is a plus for them. The shells seem okay, but if you look here, I think they have the smallest shells for some of the beginning ships, which is 105 millimeters. The Hermlin has 128, so it starts 128, goes down to 105, but its rate of fire is 15 rounds per minute, which is really fast compared to the other ships. So, you know, if you take a little from its millimeters and you add some to its firing rate, you can still equal the power of some other ships. So that's pretty interesting. Again, 15 rounds per minute for the Kohlberg. So that's, so far these ships look really cool too. I'm really excited to play some of these. At first I thought these were main battery. I was like, whoa, I didn't even notice that they had 2 in the middle, but then I realized it's probably second armament. We were up to 150 millimeters for the main battery, so it's getting pretty big. So this is another ship that I actually want to talk about real quick. Is I've actually seen this. Some people got into play this in like early. Really cool ship, I thought, because you've got a turret in the front with the 3 barrels in the front, 150 millimeters each, and then you pan to the back and you notice that there's 2, right? From the side, you're like, oh, it's just 2, right? But then you go to the side and you realize it's actually canted to the sides, one to the left and one to the right. So it's actually really interesting to see that the different styles of the building of these ships from different countries. Now, to my belief, I think that it has to do with like the balancing of the ship. Whether it's they had to balance something underneath, like shells or anything, they balanced it with the turret canted to the side, or canted to the right, or just maybe had a different style of shooting. You know, maybe it's an advantage. But yeah, overall, this is like a really cool ship. It's got torpedoes as well. Torpedo range 6 kilometers. Torpedo speed 64 knots. Pretty good for a tier 5. And I've seen this plane before, and it seemed really cool. So let's take a real quick look at some of these ships. We got the Hindenburg, we got the Rune, Admiral Hipper, York. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It just looks like York. The Nuremberg, Königsberg, the Kohlberg, Dresden, and Hermlin. And let's check out the USSR. We got the Orlan. We've got all these new ships. Really interesting to see how these play out. As far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna make a new, like a different video of me playing with both the Orlan to start out with and the Hermlin, and play them in 2 different videos. See how they are, play them, see what their advantages are, disadvantages, and whatever. But as far as this video, this is a quick rundown of the new update for this game. And as you can see, they actually made this October theme. It's actually really cool. They got a giant pumpkin here. This guy's dancing over here. There's like a witch flying around. If I can see here. Somewhere over here. Oh, there we are. We got a witch flying around here. Really cool. It's a nice October theme. I haven't actually played a match before in this game. I wonder if there's any Easter eggs that they put out there, like a pumpkin randomly in each map. That'd be kind of interesting. But I don't know. I haven't played yet. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I just wanted to make it short and simple. I'll show you some of the disadvantages and advantages of each country's new ships. So as far as that's concerned, thank you for watching. If you guys like to support, just give me a like, comment down below, subscribe. Anything can help. Yeah, and I will see you next battle when I play these 2 ships. Thank you guys so much for watching.